Khabib's dad, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, was an iconic figure for Russian mixed martial arts, not only as a fighter and army veteran, but also as a combat coach. This man made an invaluable contribution to MMA development in their country by bringing up so many world champions in combat sport and giving Mother Russia her first UFC champion, his son, Khabib Nurmagomedov. He was so good at his job that he was named the most successful combat coach in the Russian Book of Records. Besides his achievements in sport, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov will also be remembered by the fans as a man that raised his students by the rules of respect, discipline, and responsibility for their actions. As a man of principle, Abdulmanap imposed some rules on all his students, especially his son, intending to bring up fighters that were all very disciplined. Khabib Nurmagomedov said, "My childhood memories about my father were like there was a regime. There were always certain rules. Studies and training were always combined. You had to train and study every day. When I was 4, I started to walk on the mats. I remember doing jumping jacks, push-ups, running, pull-ups, and some moves. I was always feeling he was extra loading me. I didn't realize that is better for me. I had and I want to become a world champion." Divided into categories, here are some of the rules. As regards MMA mindset, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov said, "The right mindset is needed across the entire distance. We, for example, live in Russia. Our job is first to earn the gold at our country's championship. Then, reach the continental competition and be the first there. Then, conquer the world and Olympic Games if it's possible." It's a complex but real path. And it's real because we have the highest goal. It lures us, makes us get up early in the morning and work as much as we need and even more. Such vision and focus are surely why Khabib never stopped until he became champion. With regards to his son, he said, "Honestly, I never congratulate Khabib on winning. I tell him he could have done better. What mistakes he made? Well, he once said, 'I earned the belt.' Well, all right, we've been going for it. We rejoiced. Why not? It's been a long way here." And when he defended it once and again, some emptiness started to appear. He asked, "What's next?" That's where the danger lies. He added, "When I only founded my gym, it had broken windows, abandoned, neglected. I gave all my household at the turn-in point, cows, bulls. I spent the money to start bleaching, changing glasses, and repairing. Some people thought I was crazy." In 2003 to 2008, Fedor Emelianenko led the world ranking. Russia has really good fighters that can continue the relay. Peter Yan, Islam Makhachev, Zabit Magomedsharipov, Magomed Ankalaev, and Alexander Volkov. Prospective, gifted, young Russian fighters make me the happiest. They sure make us happy too, Abdulmanap. They sure do. As a very disciplined and focused man, he believed that everything he did acted as an example for his son, Khabib. When talking about this, he said, "Personal example is not only you and your spouse for your child. When we talk about children, they look at their surroundings, and every person your sons or daughters spend time with may become their personal example. That's why parents must watch the company their child is in. It's a very important moment, a factor that influences their still not very strong mind." His discipline was not only limited to his son alone. The same training he had for his son, he used on his students and even his grandson. He said, "When my grandson is 2 years old, I will set him on horseback and let it go into the field. Let him learn. And when he grows up and comes to the gym, I will be even more strict. Every man is equal in ranks. No indulgence. I'm not a grandpa there. I'm an honored coach that must be listened to. If not, I'll take him by his ear and throw him out. And he will be the first to be punished as an example." Regardless of who you are, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov was a man of principle and discipline. He won't change for anyone, not even his son or his grandson. As a trainer, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov believed that growth was not limited to the students alone. As a trainer, growth was necessary. He implemented this method through the tried and tested method. And it apparently works, as he became one of the best trainers in the world, while his son became the longest reigning UFC lightweight champion. As a kid, Khabib Nurmagomedov was trained with the same rules and methods that he always used. When asked about the effect on his training method on his son, he said, "I threw Khabib to all championships where he always lost to more experienced competitors. He was strong, but at 17, he got tired easily, got exhausted. After losses, he cried from anger. I remember him coming to me once and asking, 'Father, why are you doing this? I keep losing all the time.' but I wanted him to go through this. That's the only way character is formed. And we recalled those losses with him not so long ago, and my son agreed that it was the right choice. He said he ate so much humiliation that he just stopped losing. Every father in Dagestan wants to raise his son as a true protector, as a person able to stand up for his home, country, and family. Discipline is more important than talent. This is one statement that Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov believed in and used as a rule to train his son. He let his son know that being talented doesn't mean much if you aren't disciplined. With this teaching, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov managed to produce one of the most disciplined fighters in UFC history, amongst others. As a trainer, and a very disciplined one at that, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov even had rules for managing his fighters' weight. He was very particular about his fighters and their body's development. He had very strict rules, even as a trainer. He said persuasion, personal example, award, demand, force. 5 items, and in that particular order. They turn on one by one, and you go to the next one only if you need to. Not only mental, but often physical aspects make an impact here. For example, ribcage capacity should grow proportionally to age. For example, a young guy has 3.2, and an adult Olympic champion has 5.8. If we want a young man at 16 to have the same results, we will just overdrive him. That's why a coach should also understand biology and anatomy a little bit, and preferably have medical education. He believed a trainer should know more about the player's anatomy and biology and not just about the sport. This also involved what his fighters put into their bodies and how they maintained their weight. He enforced this rule on his fighters, even his son. This rule majorly involved how to maintain one's weight, and he said, oatmeal, 3 dates, 3 nuts, half of a banana, 2 spoons of honey. I have a honey method. Weight cut goes harmlessly. Give up everything salty, fatty, and starchy. You can't even touch grapes. Your weight will increase from grapes. You need dates, honey nuts, and black caviar from Kislyar manufacturer. Eat only those products for 21 days in any amount. It's hard to eat too many dates. Drink lots of water. I promise you, you'll lose weight. But that's extreme dieting. As extreme as this might sound, it helped Khabib a lot. He never had any weight problems and was able to remain in the lightweight division all his career. It really takes a top trainer to produce that kind of disciplined fighter. Even regarding death, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov had a principle that he hoped to follow. He said, I want to welcome my old years with my grandkids by the sea, telling them what things I considered main, needed, and useful in life. I think that's good aging. But everything may stop tomorrow. We don't know how long a person will live. We must be ready to be buried today or tomorrow. We must be ready for that. And it's nothing scary. We come to this world and we leave it. A true man of discipline and principle, and a great loss to this world. While talking about his father and how he helped him become the fighter we now know, Khabib Nurmagomedov said, Father has to be an example. A father has to be a hero. Father always has to be near the son and to show by his own example. In this regard, my father was the best because he always showed everything by his own example, whatever he did. He always said, I just always wanted to be the best. If a man has an aspiration, he will succeed. And I used to draw this motivation, this energy from him. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.